Hello, everyone. I'm Lopi Clint. Welcome to Late Night Meditation. As always, it's great to be here online with all of you, whether you're watching from Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. So, hello again, everyone. Hello, Mom and Dad. Hi, Eric. Hello, Ron. Hi, Rex. Hello, K Noon. Thanks for joining here on Zoom. Hello, Julie, Jade, and Sue on YouTube, and everyone watching on Facebook and Twitch. Of course, if you're watching on Facebook, I am streaming to several pages at once. So if you don't see my face in the top corner, very likely I can't see your comment right now, but I'll always go back and reply. So, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all having a good week so far, as it is now Wednesday, midweek already, and it's our Wisdom Wednesday. And also, I hope you've been doing your homework, right? Okay, very good. The homework is, if you forgot, whatever you're doing, have relaxation and awareness. It's a great way to help you practice meditation outside the meditation hall. As we practice, it's very important to keep up a consistent practice. And if we don't have time to sit formally, at least getting time to practice that balance of relaxation and awareness. That way, when you have time to sit down and meditate, it becomes much easier. Click right into it. Hello, iPhone. Thanks for joining in. And hello, Diane on YouTube. Okay. So, as we meditate together, remember, take your time, take it easy. You don't need to force, you don't need to push. Enjoy, not endure. As meditation is a mini vacation. So let's enjoy this mini vacation together. So, is everyone ready? All right. Then let's get into our perfect position, as I like to call it, because it's perfect for you. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in the cool, calm, relaxing air. And breathe out all your worries, thoughts, and responsibilities. Just let it all go. Forget about it for the time that we are meditating. Just breathe in, breathe out. Let each breath of fresh air help you become more relaxed, more comfortable. Take in a few more deep breaths, as this is a natural and easy way to relax. Relaxation is a very important first step. Take your time. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force. Have the feeling like you have all the time in the world. Just allowing yourself to release and relax. Allowing your body to feel nice and comfortable. As relaxation should not be forced, should not be rushed. The more you try to rush or force your relaxation, the more you feel uncomfortable and tense, going almost literally the wrong direction. But take your time. Allow it to happen naturally. As when we meditate, you don't have to be perfect. Allow yourself to feel perfect. This is true no matter what level or experience you have in meditation. A lot of times, regular meditators try too hard because they know what's supposed to happen, or they try to make it happen quicker, but forgetting that rushing it or forcing doesn't make it any faster. Give yourself time. It will happen naturally when you go back to the basics. Relax your body, relax your mind, and of course, we know relaxation doesn't mean so relaxed that you simply fall asleep. It's more, you're comfortable enough. If you feel very relaxed, that's okay. But make sure you have the balance and have awareness also. But having just awareness is not okay either. Then you'll start to feel very focused, but then uncomfortable fairly quickly, especially if you try too hard. The discomfort usually starts in the forehead due to focusing too intently, and then it slowly goes downward. So the forehead, the eyes, your cheeks, even your neck and back. So don't try to rush. A nice rule of thumb is if you still feel comfortable, you're still going in the right direction. But if you do fall asleep, as it does happen sometimes, it's okay. The good thing is, when you're aware again, you're right where you need to be. That line between awake and asleep, you're comfortable enough to fall asleep, but your awareness keeps you up just enough so it's balanced, a comfortable focus. And little by little, we let our mind focus on one thing comfortably, your meditation object or image, as a way to help you both focus but also have a sustained, relaxed focus. It's not so strong that it's intense or uncomfortable or stressful. That's too much. You're trying too hard. It's more like looking out at a scenic view, enjoying the entire experience, rather than focusing on one particular detail. It's interesting because it's like you're not truly trying to focus, just kind of observing the whole view, and somehow you gather a lot of information without trying so hard. When the balance is just right, our relaxation and awareness, our focus becomes quite powerful, but using little to no effort. It sounds a bit odd, like it's two totally different things. It's also why we like to think of lighting a match with a magnifying glass. The magnifying glass simply focuses the light to a single beam, and the power of that light, because it's so focused, is enough to ignite that match. And the magnifying glass simply needed to be at the right angle and the right distance. We didn't have to force it into position. It was just the right angle, the right distance. Just like our focus in meditation, balancing relaxation and awareness. And when it's just right, it's quite powerful without using any effort. But for those who think we start off with relaxation, it's just lazy, it's a waste of time, you'll start to realize it's actually quite important. It's a very strong foundation for meditation. As you always hear these two phrases, let it go and let it be. They are quite literally the steps for meditation. You need to start at let it go and then let it be. Because letting go is like not holding on to any weight, to be free, and then let yourself be there, in that freedom, in that calm and peace. But if you flip it, start with let it be, it sounds like it should be a shortcut. But because you haven't let go yet, all that extra weight is weighing down on you. You haven't let go. It feels tense, uncomfortable, like you're holding on a weight, and your arms are starting to give out because it's just too heavy, because you've been holding on for so long. Some techniques want you to do this, as it forces you to let go, but it's really the long way. You spend more time trying to endure until eventually you let go. When if you let go in the beginning, it's like walking upstairs. If you walk up the stairs carrying a backpack, the weight of the backpack can really weigh you down, even though it's the same weight every step of the way, because your body will start to get tired. It gets heavier and heavier until sometimes you simply drop the bag because you can no longer carry it. But if you simply walked up the steps without a backpack, without any weights, it's still challenging to get up there. There's still some work required, but it's much easier. So take that time, relax your body, relax your mind, and once the relaxation is there, allow yourself to just be there, centered, calm, and peaceful. Om. So now let us continue in silence. Let us begin spreading loving kindness. Spreading loving kindness is like spreading out your heart, sending out good intentions to all beings. So let us visualize our object and imagine that your object becomes crystal clear, clean, and bright. And at the center, there is a bright light, a light of peace, love, and compassion. We let this light become brighter and brighter, illuminating your body, and letting this light shine out from you, filling the room, filling the city, filling the state or province. Spread it out to fill the country and the surrounding countries until filling the entire world and now throughout the universe. Thinking of our loved ones, our family, our friends, our close and distant relatives, our co-workers, acquaintances, all the people you know and all the people you don't know, to all sentient beings, all the animals in this world, and even thinking to the heavens, to our friends and relatives who have passed away, wishing well for every one of them. And as we are spreading loving kindness, let us make this wish together for us all to be happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, to gain wisdom, attain enlightenment, for world peace. Let us take a moment to make our own good wishes. Ape Buddha Parapata Pache Nancha Yang Palang Arahanta Nancha Te Je Narakam Pantami Sapaso Sapabuddhanupavena Sapatammanupavena Sapasankhanupavena Sattasoti Bhagwantu Te. Now, very gently and at your own pace, opening your eyes. Take your time as we slowly come back. You can take in a few deep breaths, do a little stretch if you like, as we slowly come back. How is everyone feeling? As always, take a moment to notice how you feel now that we finished the meditation. Because some days our meditation is good, some days it's almost good. There are no bad sessions. It's just an opportunity to see how we're doing today. If it felt really good, great, try and do it again. If it was a bit challenging, it's okay. Now you know your challenges. And then do our best not to do that one again. Continue to make adjustments. You'll continue to get better and better at finding and keeping your peace. So, I guess before I start the lesson, say hello to those who came in. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Dalton, Sawyer, Natsu. Who else? And then I see Hakuzo says hello on YouTube. Okay, then for today, the lesson is about, or really the wisdom talk is about building good habits. So this is something that I have always shared with our what we call damadhiyatas or training monks, and especially our kids. But I thought it was a good one to have everyone look at because I've simplified it so that even kids can understand. And it's actually a pretty complex, or it's let's say it's a 4 to 8 hour presentation, condensed into a much shorter version. So, our master, oh, sorry. So our master, one of our masters, Tata, he would always teach this, or he used to teach this a lot. Excuse me. So, what we're going to talk about is what are good and bad habits. That's what we have to start off with. So, also, what is so important about them? What's so important about habits? Well, first off, it's something we do daily, right? That's what makes it a habit. Because you do it daily, it's something we do without even thinking about it. So if it's something we do without thinking, hopefully it's something good, right? Same with bad habits. Do it because we don't notice. We don't, and it's hard to notice when we have bad habits, right? Like if you wanted to think about it yourself right now, how many bad habits do you know you have? However many you can think of, there are more than that, but you don't realize it yet. Okay, unless someone has helped point it out for you. Not only that, it's hard to find someone who will tell you, right? Like as a kid, we have our parents because they see it and they go, "Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Stop it! You had to change this," right? But as we become adults, no one really dares to say anything. They just kind of either put up with you or they just leave you. So usually no one does it, and even harder is to actually fix it. So when you know is not enough, it's to actually be able to make a difference and change it. Whew. It takes some time, right? So because habits are like this, and we build them, we need to see, well, what's the difference, or really, where do good habits come from? So they come from three things. It comes from respect, discipline, and patience and endurance. Oh, I'm in the way. So because it comes from Pali, so respect is something we already see as something very good to do. We need to practice respect, respecting each other, respecting our elders, respecting even those who come after. We need to be respectful to everyone, having the discipline to practice and train ourselves, but also having patience and endurance. I had to put them together because most of the time people like to translate it as just patience, but in reality, it's both. Because if you have just patience, it's like you're just gonna do it, but you also need to endure, be able to adjust to it. So, how do we build those good habits? Well, when we think of building a good habit, we have to think of the environment we can actually do it. So, since a habit is something you do often every day, then where do we do these habits? That's something we have to think about. We quite literally do it while we live in our 5 rooms. And you go, 5 rooms? What do you mean 5 rooms? Just this, just the place that you're at has more than 5 rooms, right? It's like, what are you talking about? So this is something that our master explained. He calls it the 5 rooms because it's the 5 rooms that we tend to go through. For example, so I just said that already. So going on to why would it be just 5 rooms? The 5 rooms are the bedroom, the bathroom, the dressing room, the dining room, and the working room. So literally rooms in which you do something. Yes, one room can be multiple, okay? But hopefully not the bathroom is all of them. But at least like your bedroom can easily be your bedroom, your dressing room. Sometimes maybe a spot in the room is a dining room. depending on your living situation, right? And also your working room, easily. So, what does he mean by these things? It's pretty much, when we think of the bedroom, it's our place that we sleep, right? We think of the bathroom. So, right away, just looking at going, what's up with these pictures? It's pretty much showing you things that we should work on. They're places that we build our good or bad habits. Our dining room or living room, the place that we tend to spend a lot of time with others and ourselves, including the kitchen, of course, and where you work. So these are the 5 rooms that we tend to think of. Of course, you don't have to make it exactly like I have in the picture. It's just examples. But you know, the 5 rooms are literally where we start our day. We start off in the bedroom. We go to the bathroom. After that, we usually find something to eat, and then after that, we go and get dressed, and then go to work. And then what happens? We come back from work, and then what happens? It goes right back the other way. We get undressed, get this food, bathroom, go to bed. Like this is our life. Although our master said there's actually a 6th room, but we use that at the end. It's a joke. The 6th room is a coffin when we are no longer here, right? So our whole life is just these 5 rooms. We just go back and forth. Bedroom, wake up, go to the bathroom, clean up, have something to eat, get dressed for work, go to work, come back, undress, get back to have something to eat, go to bed. So it's like the cycle just going back and forth. That's it every day. So because we're doing this every day, it has become a habit. It's just how the life is. But also, what can we do to improve our life, and how can we improve our habits using these 5 rooms? As something we call the universal goodness we've talked about before. Um, but a nice reminder. It's pretty much things that we do or actions that we know universally, no matter what race, nationality, sex, age, religion. We all agree it's something good to do. And what are they? Cleanliness, organization, politeness, punctuality, and meditation. So these are literally the things that we are want to work on. So how do we do it in those 5 rooms? So oh, so these 5 are also the 5 precepts. You guys remember the 5 precepts? So this is how it actually coincides with the 5 precepts in Buddhism. So cleanliness is to abstain from killing. You go, huh? I'll explain in a bit. Organization, abstain from stealing. Politeness, abstain from sexual misconduct. Punctuality, abstain from lying. And then having a focused mind or meditation can abstain from intoxicants. So we really could have, like I said, this is a condensed version of like 4 to 8 hours, depending on how much our master would explain. So there's a lot of information, and we can talk about each thing little by little. But so starting with that first one, because that one usually makes everyone go, huh? How can cleanliness help us abstain from killing? How can cleanliness make us not kill? Well, if you think of it like this, our master, he gave us this example. So, for example, let's say, okay, you're at home, you have dinner, and then we put the dish in the dish, or we put the dish in the sink, but you don't wash it. Anyone ever do this? uh, I'm sure we all have at one time, at least by accident. Sometimes, usually by accident, sometimes just lazy. Just sometimes, I just don't want to do it now. Too tired. And then what usually happens when you wake up? You usually wake up to a party on that plate, right? Suddenly there's a bunch of ants, there's a bunch of bugs all over there, eating all the food, the leftovers that's on the plate. And what do? We get angry. Oh, why are they here? Why did they come here? And then wash them down the drain. So us as humans looking down, we're looking. There's such annoyances. Why do they come in here? But if we flip the script and go into how do the ants feel? The ants, they can smell there's food. Oh, the human's so nice. They left a buffet for us. Okay, so the ants go in. They're having the party. They're enjoying grabbing the food that they can get, and they're like, and they see the human. Oh, thank you so much for the food, right? And the human just starts puts them all in water. It's like, what's going on? Why would he try it? Why would he kill us? What was the point? Why would they do this? You see, if we go back to it, it's because we left it dirty. It was an invitation for the pest to come in to get some food. So we quite literally created a buffet for them, and then we kill them to get rid of them. You're killing. So by keeping clean, you're not inviting them in to be killed by you. Which, if you really look at it, the reason pests come in, if it's not because of like weather, like rain and snow, then ants will come into your house because it's freezing or it's really or it's wet. They might come in for a little while, then they leave. But if they're coming in to eat because of food, leftovers, uncleanliness, whose fault is it? It's actually our own. So we are the ones causing us to kill. So this is example. There's examples for all five. So for now, I'll just give you just this one so we can move forward. But yeah, it's usually the one that goes, hmm? Cleanliness and killing. My goodness. But yes, we just don't usually think about it like that because unfortunately, when we see lesser beings, especially smaller things, we tend not to think too much about them. But they are living beings as well, and they actually have feelings like we do. You just can't understand or realize it. But anyways, so why do we begin with cleanliness? Cleanliness is something that we all need to work on, but it's also something very helpful. It's the first step, just like a ladder. If you don't begin there, then you can't really know true organization. You can't really go forward. So it starts off with cleanliness. So understanding cleanliness, you have to understand there are levels. It's not just simply, oh, it's clean and it has to be this standard always. Everyone has a different standard because it depends on what level we're at. So, for example, you might start off as, well, so for example, like a floor mat. Is a floor mat clean? What do you think? Like a doormat? Most people go, not really. But it has to be because it cleans what? It cleans your shoe, it cleans your feet. So you wouldn't clean something with something dirty, right? Although you definitely wouldn't clean your face with this floor mat, right? That's why the level of cleanliness is not the same. So then there's the floor mat. Then what about a dishcloth? Yeah, we use it to clean the plate, but you wouldn't necessarily clean like use it as a napkin, right? Because then it makes it dirty. Or like a towel, a hand towel. It washes your hands. You wouldn't necessarily use it for your face after. Some people kind of mix and match, but in reality, you shouldn't. Just because our hands they have a different level of dirty. You really shouldn't. Compared to, yeah, like a napkin, it's more for your mouth, right? So this is just showing you that those different levels. Not only that, even a face cloth, it seems like it's very refined, very nice. It's good for your face. It's clean and careful for your face, but you really shouldn't use it on a lens, right? That's why they have a cloth to clean a lens. For those who have glasses, if you use some other thing like a shirt or something, you start to scratch your lenses and it's starting to look weird. Ah, man. Right? So that's why there are different levels of this refinement of cleanliness. So understanding it, even looking at just simply cloth, the different levels of different coarse levels, different kinds of refinement. This is why cleanliness is the first one to start with, because we can see more clearly that different level. So, oh, and the last one's like a diamond. Most people don't think about that. So, as I said, I condensed this and made it in a way that would be great for teaching kids. So, but first we should look at what do your 5 rooms look like? Of course, most of us here watching are adults. Hopefully, not this bad. But this is the bedroom we hope to have it look like. Not exactly, but at least clean. All good. Hopefully, not like this. Again, like I said, this is a nice quick example for the kids. And what's interesting is most people think if I say, which bedroom would you like? The dirty one or the clean one? Most people think their kids would say, oh, they want the dirty one. Actually, no. Even kids want the clean room. It's just they're lazy. That's why we had to train, why we had to practice to clean up. Of course, we all want the clean room. So how do we get there? How do we get ourselves to the nice room? Simply put, what is the good thing? They made their bed. What else is good? Oh, so looking at the bed. Oh, okay, we didn't do that, right? No. Have everything cleaned up, nice and neat. Desk is all messy, right? The floor is clean. The floor, there's all stuff all over the place. So it's nice, simple, obvious things that help us go, this is how I work on it. Start practicing. So this is just a example. So with the bedroom, starting with cleanliness is already an important thing. So make your bed, you know, make it neat and tidy. Just nice and simple stuff. Clean, you know. uh, Also, interesting is take some time to meditate. Why? Because the bedroom is like our own kind of mini temple. So when you have your time to, as most of you are probably in your bedroom, and just like, it's a time for us to find some peace also. So this is why we can build a lot of good habits from doing these things. So for today, I'll just stay with that one room because we're already at 10:50. But like I said, I try to condense it. Even that wasn't even completely condensed. There's still more to go. That was only the first room of five. But simply put, each bedroom has something that it can teach us. So let me go to, like, for example, one that's interesting is, so our bedroom is a way to teach us neat and tidy, being clean. The bathroom is quite interesting because it helps us become more observant of our own health. Why? Now, this one kind of gross, but it's true. When you finish using the bathroom or you finish using the toilet, don't be so quick to flush. Observe what you have let go of, and you go, why? Well, if you're sick and you go to the doctor, they also had to ask for your urine, right? They ask for sometimes they have to ask for stool. And you go, why would they? If the doctor needs to look at it, you should do it for yourself for free. No, why? It's a way to be able to see how your health is doing. So, like for example, urine. If it's like dark or discolored, then you know something's wrong. You're usually having not enough water. You're probably dehydrated. But if it's really light yellow, okay, it's okay. You're doing okay, right? Even how it smells. Of course, I'm not saying to get into the toilet to smell it, but it's more whatever happens to come up, you can tell. You can tell by checking yourself and see, how's my health going? I'm doing okay, or there's something wrong. Same with your stool, but just starts how you can observe yourself and see, oh, I'm in the line of okay, or something's starting to go wrong. That way you can observe and check yourself first, not wait for you to get really sick and then you need to go to the doctor. So each room has like a little thing that it happens to help you with. So that's why I wanted to share that with you all. And you know, it's there's there's a lot of info in that one, and I didn't realize it would take even longer. But yeah, so I hope you all take that time to realize, check yourself. That's a way of helping us find our peace, as well as start to build good habits. So we'll start off with cleanliness. Start cleaning every room you have, but start with one. Start with one corner if you want, just to help you start. It doesn't mean you need to be like full on like super maid or super or like a super butler mode and clean every single thing all the time. But to start as a way to help us reorganize, realign. As when you have a clean room, what's interesting is your mind becomes more clean. When your room is organized, even your mind feels more organized. So this is why a lot of studies have shown when they have seen the relation between someone's bedroom or their workspace compared to how they are in life, how they feel in contentment and stuff like that. When it's clean and neat, they tend to be pretty organized. Everything's pretty much okay. But when they're really messy, there's usually some kind of problem. So make adjustments, okay? You don't have to be perfect, but we're all working on getting better. So that's why today I wanted to share with you this is how we can start to build better habits, starting with cleanliness. Okay? Okay. Now I open the floor to you all if anyone has any questions. Let me see here. So I see a few on just a second. There we go. The new things on Zoom is funny. So I see a question on YouTube first. Hello, Hakuzo. He says, when someone passes, do you think they get to know or see what state their karma is in? Okay, when it comes to karma and passing, the moment you pass, you you go one of three ways. And you go, huh? So for example, if you have a lot of a lot of boon, a lot of merit, you tend to go straight up. So you'll go to heaven and almost immediately. Sometimes someone picks you up, takes you there. Sometimes you wake up in heaven. Like there's no like transition. You're just boop, you're there. Same with the hell realms. Sometimes you have to sometimes you're taken there or you just wake up and you're there. Um, and if you're in these two places, you know what you have more of at the moment, right? Pretty clearly. But then the third thing is where you're kind of in the middle. Sometimes you tend to linger. People, when you pass, you do tend to linger for about 7 days. Uh, this is why in Buddhism we like to have our funeral ceremonies tend to be 7 days long, so we can keep on giving them more and more merit during that 7 days. Because while you're still in this world, it's a lot easier to receive. So this is why we do this. And then once the 7 days is up, someone comes to pick you up. Either they take you to heaven or you go down. But the good thing is when you go down, it doesn't necessarily mean straight to like the worst part. There's actually this level we call Yomalog. It's like it's considered hell, but think of it like the doorway. It's it's like you go in and then there's a uh, you're in line to see a judge who will quite literally see. They will tell you. They will quite literally look at your goodness and your badness, and then pretty much try to help you think of the goodness so you can go up first. But if you can't think of any good and then there's too much bad, they had to take you down. So that's just a summarized version. Yeah, as as you guys already know, I don't really talk too much about afterlife because we're not there right now, and I hope you don't go too soon either. But yeah, that's we can talk about it a bit later another time. So yeah, that's uh that's one thing. That's how you can kind of see. Though in reality, the best way you can see it is actually through deep meditation. Even as an angel, you can practice meditation and be able to see. Okay. Oh, so on Facebook, hello Vivi. She says, "How can I advise someone who is comfortable living in a dirty environment to work toward UG5?" Okay. Now, to to help someone who feels comfortable in it, uh, it has to be little by little. You cannot try to force them out right away. It also depends on who they are to you. Like if they're your kid, then you can do some forcing because they're your kid. You can uh, quite literally tell them clean your room, this and that. But suppose it's like it's another adult that you happen to live with, who is like a roommate. Uh, you can try to speak and have a bit of a conversation to, agreement for some cleanliness for at least the shared spaces. But if it's their area, uh, one, we are not his parent, his or her parent, and at the same time, uh, if they don't want to listen to you, they're not going to. So we have to understand the best thing we can do is just do our part to keep our part clean, and then do what we can to give advice here and there. But at the same time, uh, it depends on the person to person. It's always a case by case study thing. Okay. Oh, hello, Jintanan. Hi, Tenzin. Thanks for joining in on Facebook. Ah, Pat says meditation has made me want to be more organized. Yes, this is also why I emphasize teaching people and practicing meditation with you all. Meditation is such a wonderful thing. It starts off as helping us first relax. This is what most people think. Oh, it's a stress reliever. This and that. Yeah, that's just how it starts. This is literally just the surface of the water. It's not even the iceberg, right? This is simply this is just how it starts. Relaxation. When you start to have a more relaxed mind, or your body is more relaxed, you start to feel you want to be a bit more cleaner. You want to be more organized. because now your mind is more clean, more clear. You start to see things that you are doing. That's why they say when you meditate, you get to know yourself better. And as you start to get to know yourself better, you start to realize you see not only the good things that are you, but you'll see your bad characteristics. It's like how my master likes to say, when the water is murky, you can't see the fish, the shrimp, the clams, whatever's in the water. But when the water's crystal clear, clean, you can see the fish, you can see how deep it is, you can see if there's treasure, there's danger. That's the same thing. That's like our mind. When our mind is clean and clear, we are able to start to see, and then we can work on ourselves better. But yeah, so in reality, the first thing we should do is practice meditation. But practicing, we must practice it correctly, not to force, not to push, to allow yourself to begin to let go, and then everything falls into place, allowing us to see more clearly. So yeah, this is why I urge you all, keep up your practice. And it's funny because, last year, or really the years before, you would always hear me just give little bits of advice here and there. We wouldn't really have Dhamma talks. But I'm sure many of you have had wisdom arise in yourself just from practicing meditation. And you're like, it just seems like it makes sense to do this. That's usually how it happens. You just feel like this is the way I should do it. I know this is not good. I need to adjust. So keep up our practice. Okay. All right. Any other questions or wonders tonight? Oh, sorry. I didn't see if anyone had a question. It says, who decided that monks have to study Pali? Is there a council of monks or something like that prescribes overall conduct or regulates conduct for monks? Yes. There actually is a monastic council, and each country has their own. Like for example, since even though I'm in Canada, our temple is part of Thailand or part of the Thailand Sangha, so then we follow what they say. And in reality, the Pali is not something I have to do, but it's something I should do. And right now, for me, I'm kind of in the bit between of have to and should do. Why I say that is because they nominated me as a representative for our temple here to go and take the test. Because there are three monks here. One is the abbot, the head monk. The other is already I think he's 6 or 7 level. There's 9 levels of Pali, at least in Thailand, and he's already like 6 or 7, and he had it since he was a novice monk. And then there's me, who can barely write Thai. So like, yeah, go on, go study. I'm like, okay. So the good thing is it's a good opportunity to get to know other monks, because I myself, I don't really actually know too many monks. So I get to meet up with other monks from other temples, and then also I get to practice uh, both languages, learning Pali and then strengthening my Thai. So, and then I also get the opportunity to get to see family back home. So it's a lot of good opportunities there, as well as get to meet up with a lot of you guys back in Azusa, as I will be leading one of those sessions. I forgot the date already. Pretty much after the test is over. So for now, as time has come to a close, I'd like to give you all a blessing. May you all be blessed with happiness, good health, wealth, success in your lives. May you be surrounded by good friends who will always guide you into light, in times of darkness and in times of need. And when you close your eyes to meditate, may you attain inner peace easily and quickly in every lifetime. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching from. And remember, a smile a day keeps the stress away. So everyone, keep smiling and let's brighten up the world together. So for everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, see you guys next time. And for those on Zoom, feel free to stay longer if you'd like to chat. Take care, everyone.